Greetings and welcome to the episode 1 of the Christmas calendar of 2017 for this channel. Today we're gonna talk about Sheep-Cote, the first Icelandic Santa, or Sheep-Cote Clod, like he's apparently called in English, and I definitely knew that before looking it up. So, I had to do a little research on this one because it's not very obvious about, what his interesting quirk is for this one. So basically for the new people, if this is the first video you watch, go and watch the video from yesterday where I described the Icelandic Santas in Iceland and how they operate and how they work. And today we're gonna talk about the first one, who's going to greet the Icelandic children tonight and provide them with some candies or potatoes if they have been bad. Anyway, what the name implies is that he does not have legs. He has like a pirate, the wooden clod legs. So that's what his name implies, but what is his quirk? That's something different. And before we go into that one, I want to do a little verse from Jóhannes úr Kötlum, which is an Icelandic poet and a writer who first did like a story, I think, or a poem book about the 13 Santas, which we approve of and are using today. So, wait, I got it here. 1 second. Stekkjastaur kom fyrstur, stinnur eins og tré. Hann laumaðist í fjárhúsin og lék á bóndans fé. Hann vildi sjúga ærnar, þá varð þeim ekki sel. Því greið hafði störfætur, það gekk nú ekki vel. It's a fun song, kind of. It's comical. But I guess I'll do a rough translation. It's Stekkjastaur, so the Sheep-Cote Clod came first, stiff like a tree. He was sneaking into barns and messing with the sheep. He he wanted to suck the sheep. They did not like that. No, but he didn't manage to, because the poor guy had stiff timber legs. It didn't. It gekk nú ekki vel. It's a pun, so did not walk through because he's bad at walking. He doesn't have any legs. Lol. So that is the first Santa, and what probably grabbed your attention is that he was sucking on the sheep, according to the poem. And so how we can connect that to an issue in the old days was probably food being very valuable, and those random guys coming and sucking on your sheep, and therefore stealing your goat milk. I promise you this is not a problem today, but that's why he can probably buy his own milk and live in the mountain, and just has to come down once a year. So this is a good thing for our poor Sheep-Cote Clod. So, how unusual is it to have a clod leg? Clod, not sure what it's called. The timber leg, wooden leg, pirate leg. in Iceland. Well, very so today. I think most people, not many people have to have prosthetic limbs, but it was kind of actually much more common thing in the old times. Not only because like medicines and procedures were not as advanced, but also because what you have to consider is that in pirate movies and stories, old stories and stuff, the pirate has a wooden leg because a shark bit it off, or something extravagant, something extraordinary happened. It's not very much so in Iceland. It's the sea is cold enough so that if you get stuck in the sea, if your ship sank or something, and you'd manage to get to the shore, your limbs are probably purple and destroyed. And in the old times, they just had to cut off the limbs in the middle section around the knee, because it had been in the sea the entire way and doesn't have sufficient ways to keep itself warm, and so it basically dies, the leg dies, and that's why they had to get the wooden leg. And there was actually kind of a famous guy from where I lived when I was a child, called Jón Fótalausi. It's in Neskustaður on eastern Iceland, and so he had to have his legs cut off in the middle, and he got like special made boots, reverse boots. This is, by the way, like very early, like beginning of 20th century or something, but so it says something that he was or is still famous. And my father did a presentation on him once. He exercised it at home for us, the family, so we got to learn a bit about Jón Fótalausi. But he had to get like special engineered reverse boots, so the boots were made to turn in the wrong direction, like backwards, so he could keep his balance, and he would walk by his knees, basically. Anyway, I'm probably derailing a lot. I don't know. I was just wondering how long these sections should be. The Santa shorts. Let's call them Santa shorts. That sounds good. Yeah, don't have very much to say, but tune in tomorrow for Giljagur, the Guligog. Guligog. Yeah. I'm not sure who's coming up with these English names. I mean, the Icelandic are quite absurd as well, but I don't really know what's going on with the English ones. Anyway, tune in for Guligog tomorrow. So, thank you for listening, and as always, góða nótt.